Alright, boys and girls. S- I've not done YouTube for 9 years. I think on my last video. Um, and now I'm gonna start doing things what I love, like particularly football. So content you'll probably see now is like EFL, mainly Championship, and then mainly Sheffield United. Because obviously it's who I support. So yeah, without further ado, let's just jump in, which is going to be Sheffield United's state of play as of 28th of July, just today. Um, yeah, and just see where apparently the route. Obviously, we've got a few rumours. Of players coming in, some players going out, and then I'll put my little spin on it or my personal preference to where I want players if they want to go, if they want to leave, uh, who I'd kind of want to bring in, who we've been um, like paired with. I forgot even forgot word for it. Who have been rumored to get basically. So um, start off with goalkeepers. Uh, I won't change any of this. Obviously the thing there's like Faxon's already been loaned out. Uh, Doherty, Gyro, Donovan have all come in. Obviously Donovan's from a loan. McGuinness and Zatterstrom. Wilder's come out, I think it was yesterday or the day before, said that McGuinness is basically not good enough and is going to be sold. And then Zatterstrom's not really had any games, so they want to loan him out and get him some proper game time. So that's why they're, oh, pardon me, like that. But yeah, goalkeepers, I won't change any of it. Cooper's good. Obviously, all players last season didn't play well, but Cooper's a good goalkeeper. Davis is just is is a good second. Is an alright second. So no need to buy or sell for that position. Swiftly moving on to right back. Sariki obviously for me will be starting right back. Um, and Doherty is going to be a good. Like Wild says, is not a backup. Is going to compete for place for his shirt. So yeah, I'm happy with that. I'm happy with that position. Shackleton, first one where I'll probably put my opinion on, which many other players are probably feeling the same. I don't even real. It's like one where you forget he's even playing for your club. So for me, I'd I'd try and move him on. I won't I won't try and entertain him coming through. Even though Wilder said it's like a big season for him, I really don't think it is. He's not been playing pre-season, so yeah, I'd just get him off at books, just get him gone. Or try to. If not, then he's just going to be seeing out his contract pretty much until someone wants to take him up, or he just leaves club. Uh, right centre half, Tanganga for me has not lived up to his price tag what we paid for him. I think his last year were mediocre like at best, and that's you know what I mean. That would be nice. Um, Especially losing so many games from winning positions because as soon as the pressure hits that defence, it's fell apart and we end up losing. Um, Also, just mentioned about Tanganga McGuinness that uh, is not up to standard, is not surplus to requirements as Wilder said. So they'll be looking to get rid, which I'd agree. He might be able to win headers, but apart from that, that's it. And he's still young enough, so someone should pick him up. I think definitely in League One. Um, Maybe like I'd maybe put that in a deal for Harry Suter, which we'll get to. Um, yeah, I'd probably think that as a part of the deal if they wanted it, but I'd try and put him in that deal. Um, And then Baptiste on left hand side for in pre-season has been really good. He has been good. I know we've been playing lesser opposition, but he has been playing very well. So, you know, I'd be happy for him to be a backup centre back for us this season. He has been. He looks a unit. He is massive. Um, he were on loan at Rotherham last season. I know they got relegated, but he seems to be playing really well. So it'd be good. Like I say, good backup. Zatterstrom, I don't really know what to think of Zatterstrom. Um, see, no, I think he played like half a game against um, Halifax or Alum. One of them. I forgot who we played now. And like I say, he's meh. So I'd rather, like they said, to get him out on loan, preferably to like a League One side or um, someone else in EFL, just to see where is that, ability wise. See if he wants to either sell him or keep him on as a prospect. Uh, and then obviously um, Suter is apparently all but done. I've heard. Um, I've heard that it's all agreed. Apparently it's 5 million plus 3 million in add-ons, or 5 plus 4. So we're going up to 8 to 9 million, which I'm happy. I'm happy at that. He's a brilliant defender. Obviously, he were on loan with us, weren't he? And yeah, he was fantastic, and he's had a quite a good World Cup as well. So definitely is a step in right direction for United. Um, but I think that will probably blow pretty much all our transfer budget. I'd be shocked if we actually bought anyone else. Um, so yeah, as long as we keep, um, I think if both McGuinness and Satterstrom went, I'd look at a centre back on a free. So I'll put as a question mark in. If if McGuinness and Zatterstrom goes, if one of them doesn't go, then I'd have that other one as the backup. Ideally, I'd want 4 centre backs, 2 on right hand side, 2 on left. Um, yeah, and that's it for centre backs. Left back, I'd have McCallum as starting. Burrows, like I say, people might shoot me down for this, but wouldn't be that bothered if he left. Some people rate him really highly. I really don't. I don't think he's been up to scratch. I know that first season we had where we got 90 odd points or whatever. He still didn't. I worry when he's at left back, just because like Sariki isn't great at defending, but he still does a job because he's quite physical. Whereas Burrows is not a winger. He's not good enough to be a winger, but he's not good enough to be a left back either. He's like some grey area in middle, where sometimes can whip decent balls in, and sometimes, most of the time, is inconsistent. So apparently West Ham are in for him. I wouldn't be that bothered if he left. If we got a decent, especially if we got a decent price for him, I'd be um, I'd be happy with that. And then instead of buying another left back, I'd probably look at a free um, or a loan. I heard isn't it Sirkin from Sunderland's available. I don't know if it'd be on a free or if it's a loan. Either way, I'd have to look that up. But yeah, I'd probably have that. I'd probably someone like that. I'd put that. I'll put that as like a loan, just because I definitely don't want to be spending that much money on a left back. Um, I'm sure I heard it that it's gone to free. Pretty sure. So if it is, then that's in fact I'll put that green. Just because it's low. Because you're only allowed 5 loans in your match day. Is it match day squad, something like that? But anyway, um, that's what I'd probably do to have competition for McCallum. Then going into centre midfield, obviously we've got two CDMs. Wilder's been playing 4-4-2 and then the 4-2-3-1 in pre-season. So obviously we got Gyro on a free, which obviously that contract situation where it seemed like a mess. Um, full. Um, yeah. So great player. He couldn't last more than 60 minutes, which wasn't great, but hopefully with a good pre-season behind him with Wilder, making sure he's up to speed. Oh, sorry, like I say, I'm aching my shoulder. Yeah, good, decent pickup. I'm happy with that. And Rothwell, he didn't really play great when he came in January. I'm looking forward to see how he plays with full pre-season behind him, and in a team properly and well gelled and etc. But I'd still have him on bench. Peck, he is another one where I think he's going to be sold. I'd be more upset about him going than Burrows, but um, yeah, to Blaster were first, and then obviously got injured, and Peck came through, and I think, in my opinion, he played better than what our Blaster has. So, and again, West Ham is meant to be in for him as well, so we should get a better fee for Peck. We should free up more of the recouping what we've got to do because the parachute payments. Obviously, I've heard it was 38 million, then I've heard it's 50 million. Either way, even in that ballpark, we've got to try and make up quite a bit. Also, we'll have a transfer budget. We won't just have zero, which is, I think that's why I think pretty much all of it's going on Arisuta, by the sounds of it. But, yeah, so worst case scenario, Peck leaves, which, and obviously our Blaster's meant to be in his place, and obviously I don't think he'll go, being, being pretty much Wilder's son-in-law. Um, and then we are still in for Phillips, which on loan from Man City, which I'm not bothered about. I really wish we just let that go. He wasn't that good when he came in. Yeah, and I've not seen us in for anyone else, any other centre midfielder. I've not seen any rumours about any centre midfielders. And what I've seen, I'd probably say Rothwell's a more not just pacey, but like he'll actually get up and down quite well. Um, but yeah, there's not a lot of legs in that midfield. Quite static, which I'm worried about. Especially if we get Phillips and Peck leaves. You know, um, I'm a bit. That's the area I'm a bit. Oh, I don't really know what to think because I'm not enjoying the look of that. Um, but obviously we've got a lot of time left, and different things can happen. But that's what I've seen. Apparently, rumours Yeah, I wish we had more athletic midfield. Even strength-wise, like there's no real. Gyro can win a ball, but I won't say it's a big presence in there. So I'd prefer, you know, like a Vinicius was what we had, but obviously don't get too caught up on players of the past. Obviously Wilder does because he brings them all back, but um, yeah, I'd prefer more physical stature and physical attributes in this midfield. Going on to wing, Donovan seems like a good player. To be fair, a good light for light switch for Brooks is quicker than Brooks, but I think Brooks is better on the ball. Donovan looks quite raw on ball, a lot of like big touches and loses the ball a little bit, but is always at him, which I like. So I think he'll become good. Chong, on the other hand, for me, I don't care if he's had a good World Cup, which it's not been a great World Cup because he plays Curacao. Um, but and he's looked okayish in pre-season, but we are playing lesser teams. So for me, is an easy sell for me because well, try to sell. You know, we can say sell McGuinness, sell Chong, sell Shackleton, but who's going to take them? I really don't know. If any offers do come in for him, I'd snap their hand off. Uh, like Chong last season, whenever I saw sub board go up and I saw Chong coming in, I know it was going to be a tough old 20 minutes because he was useless, absolutely useless. Um, and yeah, I don't want. I'd like to see him gone, uh, if possible. Centre attacking midfield. There's really Aware. There is Aimer who can play 10, and he probably prefers to play 10, but we'll have to play him on left hand side, due to lack of wingers and stuff. So um, yeah, Aware is good. He did well last season in a bad team, but I I don't rate him that much. I know he played well, and some people are like, what you're on about, you're our best player, which he was, but the impact he has on games, I know his stats all said, yeah, he did so many goals, so many assists. Um, but I just feel like he doesn't impact a game. A lot of the time, it feels like he's like an headless chicken, and he's just running around this area. Just to be fair, he does like good little 1-2s, but I'd prefer him to be a backup. If I'm honest, if we're going to try and push, obviously I don't think this season we will, but if we are going to try and push further up table, I don't think he can be your number one, number 10. Which goes on to we have been rumored to be, but I don't think it's like super strong. I'm going to butcher his name. Um, Carvalho from Brentford. Fabio. I'm not even going to try and pronounce the second name, but Fabio from Brentford, who were all last season, I think. He's been rumoured to be a loan. Might be as a Peck, not replacement, but like a deal. You know, probably Brentford's coming in saying, do you want him for Peck and some money, etc. We'll find out, but I wouldn't be too mad at that. But I don't think that's needed, which moves us swiftly on to left wing, where if we get a good winger, like a natural winger, which I'd like to see more, like a Donovan's a natural right winger. I'd like to see a natural left winger who's gonna be pacey, take a man on, and hopefully find a good cross into box because I think it's something we're severely lacking. And then move Hamer into a 10 and have Calmo O'Hare second, so we won't need that Fabio loan. We have been rumoured, I think it was yesterday or today, about Ben Berriton Diaz again for the third time. I don't know if it'd be a loan or buy. I doubt it'd be a buy, unless it is one of the like loan to buys. But I think that'll be a loan. Again, I'm not too fussed about that. Like, I kind of hope we don't get Ben Berriton Diaz. Some fans are saying they would, but me, no. He didn't do much at Derby, and he's not I wouldn't say he's a proper winger. The same as Burrows. He's not good enough to be like a number 9, like a main striker. I don't think he's good enough to be a left winger. He's kind of in that in between, where I don't want players like that. I want a left winger who's like, yeah, predominantly a left winger, and that's their natural position. Same with a striker. So apparently we're in for Ben Berriton Diaz. Which again I'm not that bothered at. Ryan One, I feel like he's similar to Ben Berriton Diaz, where he's not quite a number 9. He's got more of a physical stature. I think he's 6 foot odd or whatever he is. Played for Lincoln last year, more like an impact sub, like for the last 20 minutes. Scored a couple of goals for him. So he's definitely one I would keep, or I'd look at loaning out if we get a good. I think we need a couple of wingers. Strikers, I don't think we need. We'll get back to wingers after we've gone to the strikers. Bamford, yeah, he's just a good striker to have. So yeah, definitely keep him. Cannon, I have got a soft spot for Cannon, I must admit. I do like him. I think there's a difference between Cannon and Campbell. Cannon has a confidence issue. I think when he plays, it looks like he's playing with world on his shoulders all the time, and I just think he needs to let that go. And I think the way apparently what we'll be playing is Wilder wants players to make runs in behind, whether that be from wingers or from strikers. If we've got 2 up top, he wants to see them run past the defender, which I think that'll suit Cannon quite well. And if he can get his confidence up, get his eye in goal, I think he'll be really good for us. On the other hand, Campbell is like the complete opposite. He's got all the confidence, which he rightly should have because he's a really good finisher. And we were told after the Rotherham game that he's gone for extra training sessions because his fitness is not up to the standard of what Wilder wants. Which I've heard Stoke fans say it, and we've seen it, that he played really well his first season here, and then he just kind of stopped. He stopped running. He stopped putting in that effort. We've seen it a couple of times last season where I think Wilder had a big go at him because he weren't running, and you could tell he's not bothered. So for me, if you were going to sell anybody, it would be Campbell, 100%. I feel like it's his last chance saloon with us. But if an offer did come in, I would not be opposed to let him go. That's only if, obviously, that red looks a bit harsh, but I just don't see it. So if he does go, then I think a perfect striker, which I'd probably prefer given the work rate, I don't think he's a good finisher as Campbell, but he's on a free, and that would be Ross Stewart. Which I'd only get Ross Stewart in if Campbell went, and it would be a free. He's a tall lad, can hold it up, quite quick, got a good shot on him. I'd prefer that over Campbell, purely because of work rate. Because Campbell, like on his day, he can run past people and have a great finisher. But if he's through one on one, I'm expecting it to be a goal because it is just a lethal finisher. But he just does not get in them positions. And you find when balls are coming in, it's for even with all Bamford more so than other two, but when balls coming in, Cannon and Campbell, they're just not there. They're just not there to tap ball in or get on end of crosses. They're always where they shouldn't be. They're always nowhere near ball. So yeah, if Campbell were to go, I'd want Ross Stewart, which this is kind of leave us with. If we did get all them loans, we'd have one loan left because you only get 5. So what another loan? What I would, if I had another loan left, it would be another winger what can play on both sides. I don't know what that winger would be. Look in the loan market again. That's how it'd be. Still trying to think if Sirkin would be a free or a loan. Because if that is a loan, then I'd want someone different than Ben Berriton Diaz what can play on both. But that's the rumours. What I've seen. In fact, no. Actually, there were one more, but I really don't think it's going to happen now. But there were Matondo. We're going to come on a free, which it'd be a toss up between them two for me. What's more realistic? If I were to pick, I'd rather Matondo because I've seen Ben Berriton Diaz, and I weren't impressed when he came at United. Even when we were in Premier League, like he did score a few, but again, one good season in a bad team. I don't know. When pressure's off and you know you're going to get relegated anyway. But yeah, I'd probably rather Matondo because one, it'd be a permanent. Ben Bertrand could be a permanent, but for money, that'd be for free. And then I'd have another loan for a winger who can play both, or even centre attacker mid, if not Carvalho, whatever his name is. But yeah, I think that is all the like rumours, what I've heard, and what's been speculated. If you guys have got any or even suggestions, feel free to put it down in comments. Even ridicule me for obviously some things like some people I know go mad about me about Burrows, and stuff like that. But no, I think that's it for first video back in 9 years. But yeah, if you guys please send me your suggestions how you'd think we should do, or like these kind of wingers where I don't really know what's out there, what we could get. But no, thank you guys for watching. Yeah, it's been a pleasure. Ciao, ciao, and I'll see you next time.